Nancy Pelosi is yet again threatening to torpedo the upcoming UK trade deal, stirring concerns of Democrat hypocrisy toward European allies. One America's Kristian Rouz looks into the matter.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says an upcoming trade deal with the UK will not pass Congress if Britain leaves the EU without a deal. In a statement Wednesday, Pelosi said no deal may re-establish a hard border across the island of Ireland, which would come in violation of the 1998 Belfast Accord that ended sectarian tensions on the British Isles. Pelosi has made similar statements in the past.
If the Brexit deal undermines the Good Friday Accords, there would be no chance of a US-UK trade agreement.
Yet Pelosi's firm anti-Brexit stance appears to contradict her previous statements on US relations with European countries. In the past, Pelosi accused President Trump of eroding US relations with European allies due to his demands that NATO members boost their military spending.
President Trump refused to clearly and unequivocally reassure our NATO partners that he would honor Article 5.
But some say Pelosi and her fellow Democrats may be actually hurting America's ties with its biggest ally, Britain, by tampering with the already complicated Brexit process. Prime Minister Boris Johnson and members of his cabinet say the UK will leave the EU on October the 31st, no matter how or what consequences it may entail, including in the Irish relations. British officials say they are working hard to keep the Irish border open even in the event of a no deal, rendering Pelosi's concerns over the Belfast Agreement hardly compelling.
I expect Brexit may come up a little bit. I don't rule that out, and I think the crucial thing to stress is that I obviously attach huge importance to the letter, the spirit of the Belfast Good Friday Agreement, and will be insisting on that.
In addition, Pelosi's remarks sparked concerns of possible Democrat meddling with internal affairs of both the UK and Ireland. By threatening to pull the plug on the British trade deal, Pelosi may be emboldening the pro-Remain forces in the UK, including Labour, Scottish National and Lib Dem parties. And Prime Minister Johnson is warning his fellow Britons against aligning with the EU during the toughest final part of the Brexit process.
There's a terrible kind of collaboration, as it were, going on between people who think they can block Brexit in Parliament and our European friends. Awful thing is that the longer that goes on, the more likely it is, of course, that we will be forced to leave with a no-deal Brexit.
Meanwhile, even Irish Prime Minister Leo Varadkar says a no deal is not as big of a problem as Pelosi seems to imagine.
What I'm saying is that it doesn't end on the 31st of October. If we have no deal, we're going to have to talk.
Pelosi claims her opposition to the UK trade deal comes in defense of peace in Ireland. But some commentators say, in reality, her statement may reflect globalist left sympathies with EU bureaucracy at a moment when key US ally Britain is fighting for the very independence of its own. Kristian, Rouz, One America News.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.